All right, well, today is May the 20th, 2018, and right now at 10 p.m. we have a temperature of 58 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 76%. The dew point is 50 degrees, and the barometer is down at 29.92 inches. All right, so right now we're looking at the northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we can see right here on the west coast that we should be having rainy conditions in the Southern California area. If we look at the western U.S. rainbow map, we actually have a low pressure system which is moving right through the area. Let's go back to the water vapor map here. We can see that. Also, we have almost a right angle right here, an imprint, which is separating a lot of this moisture away from this low right here. And then we have another low way up here, which is dropping down, which is basically a dry low. There's nothing here. We can see that there's transmitter manipulation going on right on top of the jet stream. This is jet stream flow right here. This is all jet stream flow. We can take a look at the jet stream map right here, and we can see that pattern right down the west coast, right offshore. We've got high-speed jet stream flow. All right, so let's take a look again at the water vapor map for the western U.S. and see what's going on. So we've got a transmitter right here, which is manipulating the water vapor in this flow pattern. And we can see that there's not much moisture right in this area as this moves right into Southern California. So today we had overcast skies all day, Sunday, and the few breaks in the clouds that we had, we were able to see the specially equipped jets up spraying chemtrails over this approaching moisture field right here. And so we've got no rain currently. There's no dampness. Like I say, the relative humidity is only 76%. It should be 92% and raining right now with this pattern. And the stooges on TV are not showing the satellite maps, so the public doesn't really know what's going on. We see a right angle right here, and that is separating this moisture over here, which is actually generating rain over these states, but nothing right over California. Let's go ahead and take a look at that IntelliCast Doppler map, and we can see exactly what's happening. Right here, we should be getting rain right down in the central and south Southern California. Right here, there's zero rain. Up here, rain is being allowed to fall. And of course, out over the East Coast, we can see over Kansas City and areas over here, we've got just a lot of rain, thunderstorms all through this entire area of the Midwest. All right, getting back to the big map right here, we can see that there is a developing weather system just northwest of the Hawaiian Islands. Right here, we can see that counterclockwise rotation. There's actually a couple of lows. We've got one here and one right here. And it looks like maybe something trying to develop right here as well. Very large thunderstorm system. And so the Hawaiian Islands, we can see this approaching moisture field right here, right near the islands. And so these people out here are either going to be sprayed very heavily, or they may get some rain and maybe some snow up on the higher elevations. Okay, so we should definitely be getting rain out here over the central and southern California area. That's not happening because of the chemtrail spraying. And also we have a transmitter manipulating the jet stream. We can see the outline of that high pressure right here, right on top of this jet stream flow. So we've got manipulation of the jet stream. Water vapor is being evaporated. We can see that clearly here. All this, the continuity of this water vapor should be consistent all the way down through the flow pattern on that jet stream flow, but it's not. We have a strange, mysterious evaporation going on right here, and the water vapor that has made it through has been sprayed over. So we've got no rain on the forecast for 10 days out. Here we see the straight edge right there. This is actually almost a right angle. It's just a little bit greater than a right angle, probably about 110 degrees. We just stop the loop and scroll through it. We can see right here these straight edges. Now, there was a fellow, I posted a video on my playlist by Mel Strong, and he asserts that there is no weather manipulation taking place. So I left a comment on that particular video, and it was promptly deleted. So I question Mr. Mel Strong, his motives for deleting my questions to him, where I was explaining that there are dozens of U.S. patents dealing with weather manipulation techniques and technology to modify the weather. Here we can see these chemtrails being sprayed. Look at this. They're all over the place right through here. I don't have the Motus Today map pulled up, but we'll take a look at that tomorrow. We have a fairly straight edge and a near right angle right here, as this low here is isolated from the weather just to the east. And we can see the depth of the water vapor here on this scale down here. Yellow and light red indicates deeper pockets of water vapor moving into the central and southern California area. Yet there's no rain on that Doppler map. That is amazing. Nothing right here. This should be just receiving a lot of rain, and that's all being prevented. So we've got transmitter manipulation right on top of the jet stream, and then we have the chemtrail spraying with the little amount of, well, actually, this is a substantial moisture field. That should be dumping rain, of course, but it's not. So all right, let's take a look at an interesting video right here. Well, first, let's take a look at the central, or rather the entire United States. Some of the East Coast is missing here tonight, but we can see that we've got severe thunderstorms over Texas. And we have what looks like a straight edge forming right through here. There's definitely a right angle right here, out here on the west coast. If we look at that Doppler map once again, we can see the currently we've got these storms that have moved away. They're up in the St. Louis area. So all of this has moved. Now this is interesting because we've got thunderstorm development right through here, but yet there's nothing showing up on the Doppler map down here near the coast, near Brownsville. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this YouTube video right here. We can get that to pull up. Here we go. And this is a video that I posted. This is the latest one I posted. This is by a fellow named, let's see here, this is by P31 Media. And so let's take a look at this. Now, at about the 22-second mark, we begin to see some very interesting detail. Right here. See that saucer-shaped feature right there. That was targeted. This area of clouds behind, we didn't see it actually happen, but that saucer shape is a hallmark of the transmitter superheating the top of that of these clouds. Now watch what happens. This begins to develop, substantially develop here as the loop moves on. This is a 2-minute loop, and we can see we have rising cumulonimbus development here, and then we see what looks like a storm developing, and the wind begins to pick up. Now notice what happens right here. This is where the transmitter targets the entire system, and this is what is causing all this turbulence. Go ahead and back this up. Watch this again. You see a lot of vortices, a lot of turbulence, a lot of descending air. Look at this. We have rotation in all directions. The entire system is disrupted from this transmitter, which is really targeted with some power. And that is why we have a complete disruption of the weather system. And we have a lot of wind at the ground level. This is a separate clip unrelated to what we just saw. But if we go back to the beginning, once again, we can see what happens early on at the 22-second mark right here. This is where this that plume right there was targeted. So when we look at the pressure maps on a much larger thunderstorm system out in the ocean or wherever it may be, or over land, we notice that on the surface chart and the 500 millibar chart and the 300 millibar chart that we see these squiggly lines, the isobars are disrupted. And that is a result of what we're seeing right about here, where we have a very large downburst from a transmitter, which has superheated the top of the weather system up at 30,000 feet. And so we see the turbulence occurring at various altitudes. And so here we're seeing turbulence at the ground level. This is maybe 15, 20,000 feet, maybe lower. 10,000 feet, probably a lot lower than that. It's hard to say. But the point is that the isobars show the turbulence. And we can see that this entire system is completely disrupted. And so when we see those squiggly isobars, that is indicating that there is a mixture of high and low pressure. We've got the high pressure causing this turbulence, the descending air, and that shows up on the pressure charts as the isobars laminar flow pattern has been changed, and so we see the squiggly lines, and that's from the transmitters superheating the weather system. Okay. All right. So what we're going to see tomorrow here in the Southern California area is more spring as this moisture field moves through. You can see that right here. Let's go to the next map here. We can see that we have a jet stream flow, of course, and we have plenty of manipulation. Tomorrow we will see chemtrails in the skies to mop up the residual moisture moving in on the jet stream. Okay, that's it.